Hey lovelies. Okay, so this week I'm filming this on the Saturday and somehow it's like the weather knows when I've got time off from work and it's grey and it's windy and it's a little bit chilly and it's a bit like meh. And it was exactly the same last weekend, but the week where I was really busy and had to be in work every day on site, it was quite nice. It was quite warm again. So yeah, again, a little bit of a mixture here. You'll see some proper summer perfumes and some much more kind of cozy perfumes. So I'm gonna start with because I just made the decision that I was going to wear this more often because I have a 30 ml backup bottle and this is my 50 ml bottle, and I have like because I've started off with just one of those tiny little mini, I think it's like 4 ml or something, or 5 ml bottles. That's the one I take to work. But yeah, I love this so much that I just decided, because it's one of my absolute favourites. This is Valentino Donna Acqua. I just decided that I was going to have to wear this more often, and not kind of hold it hostage when I love it so much, because the genre one, it definitely, I tried them on again next to each other. It's definitely not identical, but it's close enough that when I run out of all my bottles, if they're still making that one, I will just buy a big bottle of that. Like if I can't find the real thing, it's good enough that it's going to give me enough of a feel of wearing Donna Aqua. In reality, the genre one, I feel like the pear in it, I think I said this last time, is a little bit more similar to the God is a Woman pear from Ariana Grande than it is the pear in here. And comparing them again, it also has a little bit more of a bitter, woody dry down than, because Donna Aqua doesn't really have much in the way of a woody dry down. It doesn't have anything bitter in it. It's just sweet, flowery, slightly gourmand deliciousness. And the deep dry down of the genre one almost leans a little bit towards Burberry Brit, which is the other thing that, those are basically the two things I suggest. If you don't want to spend the money to get the genre dupe and you don't want to spend a small fortune trying to buy the real thing, then if you like the lighter side of the pear, sweet pear perfume, then God is a Woman I think would be a really good option. But if you like the more gourmand kind of sweet, sugary versions, then the original Burberry Brit EDP is the thing that I wear, that's kind of the wintry version of this for me. It's more woody. I do think they have quite a few similarities. They definitely share a few notes. They're this delicious pear, almond, sugary, gently floral but barely, like scrummy yumminess. But I'm obsessed with Donna Aqua. I still, having now smelt nearly all of the other Valentino perfumes on offer, I can't understand why this is the one that they don't make anymore. It's by far and away the nicest of any of the things I've smelt from that house. I always like the things that get discontinued. I never seem to like the more popular ones that sell well. I don't know why. Well, apart from things like Burberry Goddess, because that sells. So the notes that were on the carded sample I got for this, which are slightly different to the ones that are on Fragrantica, it says a green almond, a frosted pear, frangipani rose accord, and roasted tonka bean. And it's just one of the best things in the world. My 30 ml bottle, the smaller ones, they actually come with a lid. So that's like one I could take travelling if I wanted to, even though it's incredibly thick, very heavy glass. So realistically, I just wouldn't, because it's just, it's just too heavy. But it is, because I wore this literally a couple of days ago, I can actually smell it from the sprayer. It doesn't last though, that's the thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like I was kind of trying not to wear it too often just because it doesn't really last very well. And, therefore it's quite a rare perfume. And so like spraying it and overspraying it and respraying it, you have to kind of make the decision you're going to do that. And I just made the decision that I'm going to do that. I have so many perfumes. I feel like this is my top 10 for life now, this one, and I love it. But if I love it that much, I might as well wear it. What's the point of having things that I adore that I'm not wearing too much because I'm worried I'll run out? I've got to stop doing that. So adore it, love it. But like I said, I also in winter really love Burberry Brit, but that one is just too heavy for me to wear in warm weather. This one doesn't last very long in warm weather, but it smells incredible. But yeah, when it's winter time, this is one I would probably wear a little bit less, and I'll start wearing Burberry Brit, the EDP, because Weirdly, on Fragrantica, it's the EDT that's compared to this one, but I remember that one being a bit sharper. I think there's lemongrass in that, and it's definitely much more woody. So I'm kind of always tempted, though, to see if I can get hold of that for cheap again, just to compare again, to see why that's the one that's been compared to this rather than the original, because I think the original is quite similar. Anyway, so then I wore something else I haven't worn for ages. This is actually a sexy perfume. So this is Acqua Colonia Goji and Cactus extract from 4711 from the Acqua Colonia range. You can actually see this has changed a bit, the colour of this, since I got it. It's got this kind of beautiful yellowy tone. That's very, very sweet. I swear there's some vanilla in this. It's got a sugary, syrupy quality to it. I think there's definitely musk in this as well. But again, they only tell you that there's cactus extract and goji. But I mean, I guess cactus extract could be some kind of agave syrup, which is obviously sweet. But this has a fruity, sugary, yummy sweetness, slightly musky feel to me. And my husband thinks this one's sexy as well. And it did go down rather well with him. So yeah, I really liked wearing this one. You can still get this one. I think this is actually part of their permanent collection. It's just so delicious. Yeah, it's really nice. If you want to try and imagine what it smells like, it kind of reminds me, it has elements of the Britney Spears Prerogative Ego that I have, which is like quite strong in the goji berry. That one is syrupy and sweet. It also has elements of white tea vanilla orchid, which again, you know, I do think there's vanilla in this one. And yeah, and I feel like maybe a super stripped back black opium thing without any of the florals, without the coffee, without the patchouli. I know that sounds like that's a lot of what that perfume is, but I feel like the Prerogative line has a little bit of a crossover with the black opium kind of feel. And so, yeah, maybe that's like, yeah, it smells... I used to struggle with this one because it smells a bit more like a traditional, popular, girly, sweet perfume. So I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be for me, but it is one that I kind of developed a taste for, which helped me start to love more syrupy things. Yeah, so that is a good one. Goji and Cactus from Acqua Colonia. If you can still get that, it's a real bargain as well. Not so much of a bargain, but is if you get the hair one, because I think this cost me 30. But I do have the EDT of this now, but I bought over the little bottle of the hairspray, of the hair mist, because I have actually made a tiny dent in this now, because this is the little bottle that I take to work to top up the EDT. So this is Ilio from Diptyque, and it is just a gorgeous, light, fruity iris perfume that has a slight earthiness. There is definitely a little bit of an earthiness, and there's definitely a slight powderiness from that iris, but the prickly pear in here is quite dominant. So you get this lovely, juicy, transparent fruit. Then it's also got bergamot and jasmine. It doesn't list anything else, but Ilio is a perfect perfume to invest in if you like gentle, soft, subtle, light and easy to wear perfumes that aren't going to give you a headache. They're not going to fill a room. They're just sort of for you, and they are clean and fresh and lovely. That's what Ilio is. In quite an opposite way to that, this is... I mean, there is a slight cleanliness to it, but I wouldn't describe it as fresh. I'm not sure that this fills a room so much as it definitely has like a small scent bubble, and probably leaves a bit of a sillage, but I don't know that this is kind of something that really throws itself out. This was me saying goodbye to this until the weather gets warm again. So this is Pure Honey from Kim Kardashian. Definitely one that I enjoy, but I can see that a lot of people wouldn't enjoy this because it's called Pure Honey. It does have a honeyed quality, but it smells like a honeyed floral to me. So I have perfumes in my collection that smell more like honey than this one does. But you can tell there's honey in it, but I think the beeswax in it is maybe a stronger thing. Yeah, let's put it so you can see the beauty of the colour. I wonder if I can do it so you can actually see the name. No. All right, let's put it that way. Let's push her in here. Oh, there you go. That's better. I love this bottle. It's hard to hold and spray unless, I mean, I've actually got quite big hands. They're not big. They're medium sizing gloves, basically. But yeah, so you do have to kind of spray it like this. You have to really have a good grip because it's a bit unwieldy. But I absolutely love how these bottles look. I think they are gorgeous. It's a gorgeous perfume. It's really affordable. I don't think they make it anymore, but you can still get it pretty easily in the UK. But it's very floral. So this is top notes of freesia, mandarin blossom, red rose, mid notes of beeswax, honey, honeysuckle and orchid, base notes, coconut, vanilla and musk. This definitely has some crossovers with the white tea and honeysuckle that I've got from Molten Brown. And they're both quite floral, but they smell like very honeyed florals, if you see what I mean. Like the honeysuckle one actually smells like there's honey in it, even though that's not listed as a note. And this one is definitely a lot of honeysuckle, a lot of mandarin blossom, a decent amount of freesia. And it has a sweetness from honey, a creaminess from coconut. And then it's got this kind of slight waxy yumminess from the beeswax. Definitely musky, but that because it's so floral, there is a slight sharp floral running through this because it's quite white floral as well. But I really enjoy wearing this, and I think I think that white floral sharpness is a bit much for me in colder weather, which is why this I think is so much better in warm weather. I think this one's kind of, would I describe this as sexy? Maybe slightly sexy. My husband quite likes this one. I'm not sure this one makes me, I don't know, I'm questioning it now. Maybe it does make me feel sexy because I've definitely chosen to wear this when I've been out on a night out and I've been quite dressed up, low cut dress, kind of coiffed hair, red lips kind of thing. So yeah, maybe I've worn a couple. Maybe they both make me feel sexy. I don't know. I mean, sexy is a feeling a lot of the time, isn't it? But this is beautiful. I think it's really gorgeous. This was a weekend spritz in the morning. I'm really glad to have a real bottle of this because I do like the bottle and it makes it easier for me to show you guys when I wear it. But I am still using it from my decanted bottle. This is, let me just read it properly. It's À la Ombre d'Amandiers by Jeanne en Provence. So that's Jean Arthur's, which is why this is just such a bargain. It's like, I think £12 or something for this, and I think it's a 60ml. What does it say? Yeah, 60ml bottle. Really lovely, really pretty. I like it a lot, this one. I think it's an absolute classic. I just realised I've missed one off my top thing. I'll have to get that out. This is an ethereal perfume. This, again, is for gentle fairies that want to smell clean and fresh and a little bit sweet and yummy and beautiful and everything in the world that is innocent and pure and gorgeous. Anyway, really, really lovely, and it's light. It actually, the funny thing about this, it is very light. I think it's supposed to be, I think it says eau de parfum, and that's interesting because it's a light one. It's really good if you spray it on clothes, but it lasts ages on my skin. It's just subtle, it's just light and subtle, and I think that's the whole idea of it. It's orange blossom, bergamot, mandarin orange, and lemon in the top, and then it's mid notes of almond, milk, and praline. I think that's probably literally almond milk, right? Not two separate notes. Base notes, musk, iris, and vanilla. And realistically, although you get all those notes in the top, what you mainly get in this perfume, in my humble opinion, is the mid and the base. So you get the almond milk, you get sweetness from that praline, but it's not too sweet. Musk, iris, and vanilla. It's just lovely. And it's such a good, beautiful one to put on. Like, if you don't know what to wear, it's quite musky, but it's not like thick. Yeah, if you're not sure what to wear and you just want to smell beautiful and glorious, then this is a really good one. I'm so happy to have that. Yeah, I wonder if I'm probably actually going to get through that one, and I might even be using my my refill bottle, because I think it's so easy to spray, and you can massively overspray it as well. I wore this little cutie as well when I just wanted to smell clean and yummy. This is Clean Classic, Simply Clean, absolute deliciousness. It smells like clean laundry, lavender and sweet kind of sexy skin. My husband really liked this one when we were doing the unisex things, and he thinks this smells quite feminine. He said he wouldn't necessarily wear this one. And I think that is because it's quite sweet, but it definitely smells like fluffy, out of the tumble dryer laundry being worn by someone who's got like a very sugary sweet perfume on, I'd say. That's kind of what this smells like. It's so delicious. The full set of notes that are actually from the Clean website, because again, they haven't really got the full set on Fragrantica. Bergamot, cardamom and lavender in the top, then mimosa, fresh laundry accord and aquatic blossom in the mid. Base notes, fresh hinoki wood, white musk and heliotrope. So yeah, absolutely lovely, gorgeous. Put that one there. Can you see that one? Yeah. All right. You can see it's so grey today. I don't know what this is going to look like. I've got my little light on, but then, okay. We need Fragrantica at this point because I've got a new one. I've got 2 new ones actually. Haha. But let's start with this one because this has been a fail for me and I'm a bit sad about it, but I'm sure whoever I pass this on to is going to be very happy to have it. So this is Fragonard or Fragonard Lilas, Eau de Toilette. So every year, as far as I can tell, I'm no expert in this because I've only started looking into Fragonard quite recently. Not the artist, the perfumery. So I think every year they choose their kind of star flower, their kind of floral of the year, as it were. And this is from the year that it was lilac. And is this year's? It might actually be this year's. If it's not this year's, it was last year's. Because I remember seeing it come up on Fragrantica as being like the flower of the year for Fragonard. I wonder if Fragonard announced that for everyone and then everyone's like gets involved. But this was only, I think this is like full price, about £22 or something. You can get them at Marks and Spencer's, but obviously you can get them online. They seem to be exactly the same price in M&S as they are online. So this is Lilas, super cute bottle. This is, so it's about £22 for a 50ml. This is relatively long lasting, quite strong. So it kind of has like the feel of hand painted, you know. It's got this kind of, you can feel the texture as if someone's actually painted this all on by hand, which my mother would. She wouldn't love the smell, she doesn't like perfume, but she would love this bottle. This is right up her street. So it also looks pretty cool from behind as well. So from the bottle, pretty. I love lilacs. It's definitely beautiful. Most of the reviews of this are excellent. It's very popular. People who have smelt it really like it. And me, because it's not that I don't agree with them, but this gives me an almost instant headache. There is something in this particular perfume that my nose and my head just does not enjoy. So the notes on Lilas are linden blossom, blackcurrant and lemon in the top, and then the mid notes are lilac, heliotrope, hawthorn and cloves. Base notes are musk, violet and vanilla. So the cloves are really strong here as far as I can tell. They definitely are a bit nose tingling in how strong they are, but the main smell is a beautiful powdery purple lilac. I do wonder if there's again, like I always say this, but this kind of instant headache sometimes is either a very screechy musk or ambroxan. So there's something in this one that just I can't get along with this. Yeah, that clove is pretty strong here, and it's not entirely antiseptic, but there's a little bit of an antiseptic hint, but it's very warm. So it's like, it's quite a cool smelling perfume, but then it has this underlying warmth from that clove. I'm not getting a huge amount of, there's definitely a bit of linden blossom. Maybe the heliotrope is making it a bit more powdery. I'm not getting a massive amount of violet. I'm not getting a massive amount of blackcurrant. I can sense a little bit of hawthorn because I've smelt that in some other perfumes. And in fact, I think if you look on Fragrantica, it says there's hawthorn in this one. But yeah, Lilas just doesn't work for me. I tried to wear it and it was just such a headache. And even smelling it from the bottle, I can get a hint of whatever it is that's bothering me. So yeah, I'd say maybe ambroxan or a musk is what is stopping me from enjoying Lilas. But it definitely also has a little bit of a crossover with, what's it called? L'Eau d'Issy. Not L'Eau d'Issy, the other one, Diptyque Ilio. It has a little bit of a crossover with Diptyque Ilio, and therefore also the Matsu perfume, because it is a very lilac forward perfume, and I have a gorgeous and beloved lilac perfume. So this, it had so many more notes that I wondered if it would be, and it is more complex, but it's not so far away from just being a classic powdery lilac that I'm like devastated that it doesn't work for me, because it's close enough to that kind of clean, soapy, lovely, powdery purple lilac smell that I get from my Matsu, and very similar to Diptyque Ilio. So yeah, sadly that one didn't work for me, but yeah, there we go. So on the weekend I wore J'ose from Eisenberg. I've got this little 30ml. This is I got this for like £25, I think, or 23 or something, and now they're back up to being full price in most places. But I do really like this. Sometimes it's more affordable to get the bloomer in. Is it called like I Love You or something like that, in the cool white bottle? You'll find it if you look it up on Fragrantica, because I think it's the top comparison to J'ose. That one's got patchouli in it, so I just don't like it as much as this one. But well, a more obvious patchouli, I should say, because this one might have patchouli in it as well. But J'ose is just something. I find it so comforting. It's a lavender perfume. There's a lot going on. It's really sweet, slightly powdery. It's like a kind of blanket around you. It's very unisex, I'd say, this one, because obviously some people think that Mon Guerlain smells pretty unisex, and I think that's mainly because of the what's it called, the licorice and stuff in there that some people don't get along with. I love licorice, and I don't find that to be like a particularly masculine note. So, you know, I'm not saying that anyone's wrong. It's just that I find Mon Guerlain and most of its, well, all of its flankers very, very feminine. But J'ose is definitely what I would describe as unisex. I have definitely put it on before and had like a moment where I've been like, oh, kind of feels like I'm wearing a cologne. But that's because there's a lot of interesting notes in this. But overall, it's so sweet and it's so cozy and it's so extremely comforting. I just loved this. I loved it from the moment I got it. I really enjoy wearing it. I was actually kind of happy that it was cold enough for me to wear it, because it's not one that I would necessarily wear in kind of summer. It's much more of a autumn, winter, maybe, you know, a bit of spring. But in actual summer, it's a little bit heavy and a little bit sweet. But my goodness, it's so pretty. So yeah, there is patchouli in it, but I don't really get much patchouli. Same kind of level of patchouli as in Mon Guerlain, but like, you know, I don't particularly notice it in that. I think it's really well blended in with all the other slightly more unusual, spicy, darker notes. But here in J'ose, you have mint, Amalfi lemon, jasmine and bergamot in the top. Wild notes when you hear the rest of it. Mid notes of lavender, coffee and artemisia, which I think is wormwood. The stuff that they make absinthe with, so quite a specific scent and flavour going on there. The base notes are amber, sandalwood, patchouli, musk, vanilla, tonka bean and moss. There's a huge amount going on here, but it just kind of boils down to being a slightly, I mean, I can get a little bit of mint, but it's not, it's kind of bright, but it's not summery in any way. It's just, yeah, it's hard to even know how to describe it, but I get lavender, I get coffee, I get that strange vibe from the wormwood, and then you get a kind of beautiful sandalwood, a beautiful musk, a lot of tonka. I'd say more tonka than vanilla here. I just think it's so pretty. It's so yummy and it's so cozy. Yeah, it's just pure cozy. I really like it. And also, YSL Libre Platine, you know, the one in the silver bottle. dries down to smell a little bit like Burberry Brit Rhythm, because it kind of turns into something, because there's so much orange blossom in it, it kind of turns into something that smells a little bit like a body lotion. But when you first spray that perfume, it smells like Jose. So if you like the opening of Platine and you're not so keen on the dry down when it gets a bit more lotiony, if you like where it starts off, then Jose could be a really good option for you. And I think Libre Platine also smells super unisex, really pretty, but definitely unisex. They have a male version of Jose, but I feel like this one just smells so unisex. You could have just had this for everyone. But anyway, this next one is a new one to my collection. I have spoken about testing this in store, and I did say I was going to go and get the mini. I am definitely going to, in the cold weather, end up buying the big one. Oh my God! I love this perfume. I don't hear people talking about Rituals very often, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about this. This is Rituals. Let's see. It's called Eau D'Orient. In these little mini ones, it doesn't actually say what it is, but on the big ones, they have like a gold plate a la Valentino Donna. And this is just a little, I think it's 15 mil. Yeah. So I went to the Rituals shop, which is where I tested it, and I bought this little thing. I think it's £18 for the 15 ml bottle. Super, super cute. And I wore this at the weekend and I was absolutely obsessed. It's one of the most comforting things I've ever put on. Now, the notes are not helpful, really. They don't give you a full set of notes for sure. It doesn't necessarily explain what this smells like, but I will try to do my best to explain what I think it smells like. So firstly though, I'm going to try and make this look a bit prettier. Yeah, space it out a little bit. So Rituals Eau D'Orient, they give you notes of oriental notes, spicy, woodsy notes, and black pepper. Now, so that's why I was like, I knew I wanted to try this because it was compared to Baby Cat. So does it smell exactly like Baby Cat? No. Does it smell a little bit like Baby Cat? Yes. Yes, it does. It actually is in the wheelhouse of some of my favourite scents. So it's in that kind of general profile of Baby Cat, which I love, but I can't afford, so I don't have. But I do have a decant of that on its way. Just a little tiny one, just so I can compare it to other things. Eau Duel EDP. So I love Eau Duel, the original, but the EDP is a bit more smoky, has a little bit more of an incensey feel to it. This has a tiny bit of that. It's very sweet, but it's not as vanillic as Baby Cat and Eau Duel, because I feel like there's definitely tonka bean in here. I feel like there is this delicious powdery, and when it says woodsy notes, I'm quite sure that it's sandalwood, because this reminds me in a way, texture wise, of Stash Unspoken. So that powdery, delicious tonka bean and sandalwood combination. And if you don't know that one, if you know Jo Malone Scarlet Poppy and the kind of tonka powdery woody texture of that one, this has that same kind of texture. So it's a different texture to Eau Duel EDP and to Baby Cat, but it has a similar kind of scent profile, but it's cheaper. So the retail price for the big bottle, which is 50 mils, it's the biggest they do, is like 50 something pounds. Totally, in my opinion, worth it. It's so gorgeous. It's enveloping and cozy and sweet, and like has a kind of powdery, comforting fluffiness to it. It starts off being a little bit darker, a little bit more woody. It ends up just smelling so heavenly. I am so happy I tested this one. I'm so happy I tried it out. To the point where like I'm so in love with it at the moment. We'll see how it goes. I haven't allowed myself to just go straight out and buy the big bottle because the weather got warmer again. But this little one is sitting in a space in my display next to some other square bottles, i.e. Lalique Le Parfum, which I'm already chomping at the bit to wear that one again. I can't wear it this week because I can't take it down with me because it's too massive of a bottle. But week after that, probably I'm going to be cracking that baby out. But this is just a placeholder now until I get the big one that's going to go in that display. It's also such beautiful bottles. Oh my God. And the other thing I'm going to mention about Rituals, because it's the first time I've ever bought from Rituals, but even in store, I bought it, and because I'd signed up online, because originally I was thinking maybe I'd buy something online, but then I changed my mind because I thought I can just go to the store and then have it immediately in my greedy little hands. So in store, because I'm a member online, all they needed was my email address. They found me, and then the next time I buy something from them, I'll get like a free foaming shower gel, and I think they're about like 18 or 20 pounds just for those. And I'll get a free one because I've bought something from them. And their perks, their customer perks are impressive. And I'm saying this as someone who buys perfumes all the time, and I never get F all, to be honest. Nowadays, if I buy big hauls from places, I don't even get samples sent anymore, and I always used to get samples. I never get samples from Latino or Makeup UK anymore. Even from Parfum Dreams, the last time I ordered from them, they always used to send me samples. I get now like a little thing of some kind of body cream or face cream or something that I don't want. I don't get carded samples anymore. I always have to buy them, and occasionally I might be able to get one from in store. But yeah, Rituals take care of their customers. I'm not sponsored, and I paid for this myself, but I'm just saying, I'm really impressed by what I will get when I buy one of these. And I can either get it online, and I think you get a couple of perks over a certain amount of money. You get more and more and more cool stuff. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just saying, I was pretty impressed with what they offer for their customers, because I think sometimes companies spend so long trying to get new customers that's all of the deals are for new customers, and then they don't really care about the people who come back again, which I think is a really weird business model. I think it's good to have loyal customers, you know. But I love it. I think it's so delicious. Please, if any of you guys have tried this or have it, Eau D'Orient from Rituals, please tell me what you think, because I am really excited about this one. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's so cozy and comforting and lovely. And it's exactly right for this kind of starting to get cold weather. It's not so heavy or strong that I couldn't wear this in slightly warmer weather. I wouldn't really want to wear it in summer because it's not really a summer feeling perfume to me. But it's so pretty. Oh my God. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. I love all of these except for this one, which I'm going to declutter anyway. Love. Yeah, I mean, anyway, I've got to stop nattering. How long's this been going on for? I'm going to have to cut some of this out, I think, because I've definitely been going on today. But yeah, I'm going up to Cambridgeshire. Definitely going to be making some videos while I'm up there. If my samples arrive in time, I just ordered a ton of samples. I will make some videos while I'm up there with some like new perfumes, because I've just ordered Libre, Flower and Flames, the new Burberry Goddess, because I've given up on finding any of these things in store, and I'd already given up on the new Gucci before that arrived in store, which it just has in the UK. It has now, but so yeah, I've got loads of like new ones to talk to you about, just to be like, you know, are these any good kind of thing. So yeah, I'll hopefully be doing that up when I'm in Cambridgeshire, so I might do it out in a garden or something so you can enjoy the outside air with me. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any of these, let me know. If you've tried Lilas, let me know. I don't quite know what it is in that one that's not working for me, but anyway. Thank you so much for watching. You are all amazing. If you're not subscribed to me already, please consider subscribing. It makes a massive difference. Apparently liking my videos makes a massive difference as well, but I don't entirely understand how that works on YouTube. But if you want to like my videos, also really helpful. All right, thanks guys. Bye.